Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I make videos about yoga, meditation, spirituality, and expanding your consciousness. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you some tips for self-care. So first, I wanted to go over what self-care is and what self-care isn't. So self-care is anything that you need to do that makes you feel good, that makes you feel grounded, happy, safe, and just secure in this world or in your body. So that looks different for everyone, and there's so much beauty in personalization, so please take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm just going to be sharing with you some tips that have helped me and work for myself, and hopefully inspire you to come up with some of your own. Self-care is genuinely about whatever you need to do to make yourself feel secure in this universe. I know this world can be really crazy and chaotic most of the time, and so it's just really important that we come home to ourselves and spend a little bit of time with our inner self and our true self. So recently, one of my very good friends got me this personalized astrology self-care book for Leos, and this kind of like inspired me to create this video because I thought, well, self-care is so personalized for each person, and I love how they kind of broke it down into like my specific constellation. And they also went over different kinds of self-care, which I thought was really interesting and I really wanted to share. So there's 6 different types of self-care according to the book, and that's physical self-care, emotional self-care, social self-care, mental self-care, spiritual self-care, and practical self-care. So going ahead with the first type of self-care is physical self-care, which has basically anything to do with the physical body, this 3D physical vessel that you were given when you came into this world to begin with. It's so beautiful. You only get one body your entire life. So physical self-care is really important, and it's really about spending time with your body, listening to what it needs, allowing yourself to nourish your body, maybe going outside, going for a walk. It's all about using this body in the best way that you possibly can. So physical self-care is really about caring for your physical body. The second type of self-care is emotional self-care. So allowing yourself to sit with your emotions and feel your emotions. Anger, sadness, frustration, fear, joy, happiness, excitement, inspiration. These are all emotions that we as humans get to feel. And so it's really important that we just allow ourselves to feel them, because as humans, that's kind of our responsibility on Earth. The Earth realm is very dense, and so we feel a lot. Spirituality is really all about energy. And so allowing yourself to just be the awareness that experiences these emotions, you don't get as identified or attached to them. So the third type of self-care is social self-care. And social self-care is, of course, socializing, but allowing yourself to share your life with other people and letting other people share their lives with you. So this can be spending time with your friends, your family, your coworkers. And no, your dog does not count. I'm really sorry about that one. By socializing with other people, you're giving yourself an opportunity to interact with spirit, and spirit guides communicate to you through other people. Another really important aspect about social self-care is setting boundaries and making sure you're not hanging around people that don't support you or your journey or your highest intentions. I think it's really important to allow yourself to be alone too, and not force yourself to go out and socialize if that's not what serves you in the moment, but understanding the balance between being a hermit and also allowing yourself to interact with other people. Know that you're not alone in any aspect. And the more you work on yourself, the more that you attract people who are on the same frequency and vibration as you. So don't worry too much about not having the right people in your circle, because the more that you grow, the more your circle will grow, and the more the universe will communicate to you through other people. The next type of self-care is mental self-care, and this has everything to do with exercising your mental health, keeping your mind fit. And so one great way to do this is reading. I love to read, And if you don't love to read, then you don't have to read. You can read to yourself some positive affirmations, you can plan some goals, maybe do a little journaling, anything that keeps your mind sharp. The next type of self-care is spiritual self-care, of course, connecting to your spirit and connecting to source and allowing your channels to open. So this is all about reconnecting with a higher power and just genuinely understanding that there is something greater than you and bigger than you. Meditation is all about connection and becoming aware of your awareness. And the more you are able to do that and the more that you exercise that muscle, you're able to really be an open channel and receive messages from the universe and master your own energy. And the last type of self-care is practical self-care, which can be getting your hair cut, getting your eyebrows done, getting your nails done maybe. Basically anything that you can do to check off of your list of to-dos so that you can have more space and more time to relax and just more space for opportunity and the universe to bring opportunity to you. Do yourself a favor and put your mind at ease by just getting those little tasks done. So the last thing that I want to go over before we get into the self-care tips is what self-care isn't. So self-care is not something that you force yourself to do because you think it's good for you. Self-care, again, is all about personalization. What is going to serve you the best in this moment? What do you need? Listen to your body. What does your body need? Listen to your mind. How can you find that balance between mind, body, and spirit? Sometimes meditation is not the medicine for you in that moment. Sometimes maybe sitting with your own thoughts is too much for you in that moment. Another great example is sometimes that yoga is not the best medicine for you in the moment. Sometimes going into a vinyasa and a warrior two is not good for you in that moment. I know I have definitely experienced that before, and I used to try to force myself to do a lot of things that I thought were good for me, but in reality, I wasn't really just sitting with myself and allowing myself to feel what I was feeling. So before we get into the tips right now, all I want you to do is just close your eyes and take in a deep breath and just allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel. You can do this whenever, wherever. It is so important that we allow ourselves to feel and we don't block off these feelings and cause ourselves harm. Self-care is so beautiful and it is so important. I have definitely gone through many trials and tribulations in my life of finding balance and finding what works for me. So without further ado, let's get right into these tips. So the first tip that I have for you guys is salt baths. Epsom salt, Dead Sea salt, any type of salt bath is really, really good for you, and it's really good for your skin. It's great for clearing out any toxins, easing your digestion, and just overall calming down your body. I love taking baths, any form of water cleansing, showers, baths. Baths are just a perfect way to set the mood, light some candles, play some soft music, set up a space for yourself where you are really able to just relax and rejuvenate and just let anything go from the day, dissolve into the salts, dissolve into the water, focusing on your breath, listening to the music, and literally just melting into a warm bath. There's nothing like it. It is the best feeling. The second tip I have for you is stretching or yoga, of course. Any type of stretching is so good for you. Just getting your blood flowing in the opposite direction really stimulates blood flow, and it's just so good for you. Every cell in your body will thank you and love you times 10. Take 5 to 10 minutes a day just to stretch. There are so many platforms online that you're able to access yoga videos, which I'm super excited to start sharing with you guys in the future. So definitely stay tuned for that. But of course, just listen to what your body needs, and remember that yoga is not so much about the poses, but really about the breath and marrying your breath with the poses, just overall focusing on your breath. The next self-care tip that I have for you guys is making yourself a cup of tea. I love tea so much. Tea is so relaxing, it is so rejuvenating, it is so calming. There's so many different types of herbs, so many different types of teas. There's so many different moods. If you're not really a tea drinker, maybe give it a try. If you don't have a kettle, or if you're too lazy like me, you can always just heat up your mug in the microwave for like a minute and a half. Just drinking warm water is really good for you. It's really good for your digestion, and it just is like immediately calms your body. The next self-care tip that I have is listening to music. Music can be so healing in so many different ways. You can give yourself a little sound bath. I know there's so many videos on YouTube for sound baths and meditation music. If you like down-tempo music is so perfect just to get you in the mood and make you feel really good inside. Or whatever music just makes you feel good. No judgment whatsoever. This is all about you. And the last self-care tip that I have for you guys is cooking yourself a nourishing meal, whatever that looks like for you, preferably something with lots of vegetables. Vegetables are very, very healing, and any plant-based foods. So just allow yourself to nourish your body, allow yourself to absorb and enjoy the nutrients that you're putting into your body. What you eat literally becomes you. So breathe into that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support that I've received, and I'm so grateful to be able to share myself and my knowledge with you guys, and I'm so grateful for you guys for sharing your time and your energy with me. It means the world to me. As always, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and I will see you in the next video. The next tip I do forward for